What is up, Pisces? Welcome to your general timeless reading. These are general. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And they're timeless. So whenever you see this is when it's most meant for you. I'm going to be using Cosmic Tarot today and Revelations Tarot. All the tarot decks I use are linked down below. And this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. So let's see what we have for you, Pisces. Show me what I most need to see for Pisces, for the Spirit. For Pisces. 5 of Swords in reverse. I heard cautious direction, and then we have an Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Fool. Okay. It's like you're tiptoeing. I feel like you're sneaking into a new direction. Honestly, this feels like somebody has like a sneaky link. Who's kind of like, I don't really want to be in this relationship anymore. I have somebody I want to talk to. I want to dip my feet in the sand over here. Is this really where I want to go? I don't know. It's kind of somebody who's teeter-tottering. It's like, do I want the new beginning or not? And they know it's a betrayal. They know it's a betrayal. And it's like they're hiding it, to be honest with you. It's kind of what it feels like. Did I do that? Did I do something that was wrong? I don't think it's wrong. I think I'm just, 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yep. 4 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. There's a 6 of Wands energy there. Then you have a 5 of Wands. There's the drama. And then the Sun. And then we have 4 of Swords. Okay. So somebody simply wanting to achieve their own happiness, and they're going to get their happiness. Are they going about it the right way? Not necessarily. Judgment-free zone. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. That's all I got to say. Okay. But yeah, somebody here is pursuing a new beginning. They're going about it in a way that might create some conflict or a betrayal. Okay? They might even be going back to somebody they've already been with, because an Ace of Wands in reverse to me is second chances. And it's because they want a new beginning. They want a new cycle. With the 4 of Wands here and the 10 of Wands, they recognize that whatever foundation or current relationship they're in is not working. It's just burdensome to them. And they're ready to fight for their own happiness, right? And they want to heal whatever situation they lost there. Okay? And they're going to pursue it very passionately. Wow. King of Wands and the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're coming out of the cold and they're going to be like, hello, I want you. Whether this is you or the person you're dealing with. So let's see what's going on here. Pisces. Oh, got a little spicy reading today. A little spicy. Hey. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's look at the 5 of Swords for Pisces. I heard sudden death. Sudden death. Like in a video game? Like last point wins. 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is a card of protecting what's most precious to you. It's the energy of this is important to me. And so I'm going to hold on to it. So this person's important to me. I'm going to hold on to them. But I'm still curious of what's going on over here. So I'm going to explore that. Let's get another on the 5 of Swords. I'm not ready to let go yet. The Hangman. The Sun in reverse. Knight of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Sorry, King of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. And the Devil in reverse. Yeah. This is a little manipulative. This is manipulative. This is deceptive. It's sneaky. It's not cool. Because you got the Sun in reverse, the Hangman in reverse. They already know that they're willing to surrender this, and yet they're holding on to it. With the Hangman there, that's divinity saying just let it go, like surrender it, just be rid of it. The Sun in reverse, they're oppressing the other person. They're keeping the other person in a situation that is oppressing them. And with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this is a very selfish move It is selfish. It is very, it's to their own benefit. It's for their own comfort. It's not considerate of the other individual. With the Four of Wands there, it's just because they're like, hey, I got one foundation. I don't have to be alone, and I could just jump to the other one, you know? And the Devil in reverse, and the Tower in reverse, and then the World. Majors, and followed by the Moon. And followed by the Lovers in reverse. Followed by the Empress in reverse. Followed by the Magician in reverse. Followed by the Ten of frickin' Wands in reverse. This is bound to end. Whatever they're holding on to, they're like, I know I don't want it, but I'm just going to hold on to it until I secure the bag over here in this other situation. That's not cool. They're just holding on to the inevitable, you know. The inevitable ending. So let's look at this Ace of Wands. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. Knight of Wands. Sorry, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. It was like this orangey, fiery color. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a Knight of Wands. It's a player energy. Of course it would be. No, it's a Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Okay. There's going to be some communication about this new beginning they want to pursue. And I feel this communication is actually towards the other person, not the person they're currently with. I feel like it's like, hey, I'm going to go behind their back and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to talk to this person really quick. I'm going to see this other opportunity. It doesn't have to be romantic. Could it even be about pursuing a job, to be honest with you? Yep, Judgment in reverse. It's not in their best interest. That's going to backfire on them. It's going to backfire on them. It's not in their best interest. Judgment in reverse. Yeah. No. This bad decisions. Bad decisions. Nope. Bad choices. Don't do it. Do not do it. This is the universe saying bad choices. No. Slap on the wrist. But let's see how this progresses. Let's look at the Fool. Because judgment is decisions. It's the judgment call. It's also the soul's call. And the soul is not calling them to do that. The ego is. Because the ego is saying, hey, I'm insecure. I don't like being alone. So let me jump from one person to another person because being alone makes me feel rejected and inadequate. And I don't know how to meet my own needs. So let me go find somebody that will help me meet my needs because I don't know how to self-soothe or regulate my own nervous system. Oh, look who showed up. The Seven of Swords, a self-sabotaging behavior, aka excessive defense mechanisms that we learned in childhood that have now followed us into adulthood that we use in excess and now sabotage our relationships. Yep. Okay. The Fool. That's what they're carrying into the new beginning. Oh, wow. Page of Pentacles. And they're like, hey, let me start building this new beginning on a foundation that I don't know how to build. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Hermit, Seven of Swords. And the universe is screaming at them, hey, if you were to just take some time alone to do some introspection, you would be aware of all your self-sabotaging behavior. But they turn their back to the opportunity of taking on the Hermit. And they're like, nope, I'm just going to continue like carrying all these swords around and just continue my self-sabotaging habits because taking inventory of the things about myself that are not serving me anymore, that's a little hard. And I don't want to see those parts of myself because I might not like them. But the reality of it is there's no good or bad about us. There's just us. It just is. Those self-sabotaging behaviors, at one point when you were a child or a teenager and you used them, they served a purpose. It's just that now that you're an adult and you're not that individual anymore, there's no use for them. And if you ever use them, you're most likely shifting back into a trauma body of an old version of yourself that you are not anymore. And it's a habitual trauma response that you just need to learn to unlearn. And that is your responsibility. It's not your partner's responsibility to teach you that. But they think that if they get into a relationship, they're going to find their happiness, and they will not. They will not, because they have to find it within themselves. Sorry. It's just the truth. So. And it's my job to tell you the truth. So, I love you. And I wouldn't know it unless the universe showed it to me. And I went through it myself. So let's look at the Four of Wands. Let's look at the faulty foundation, because it's realistically going to be their own trauma. It's not going to be a relationship. It's going to be within themselves. This Four of Wands and Ten of Wands. Death. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Fool, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, bottom of the deck is distorted masculine energy. No, my way or the highway. I need to control everything because when I control everything and everybody around me, I feel safe because I don't know how to control myself. Yep, distorted masculine energy. And I can only control myself when I'm alone. And if I'm in a relationship and I have control over the relationship and I know how it's going to play out, I'm comfortable. But when I stop knowing how it's going to play out, I get very uncomfortable and I end it because I feel in fear that I'm going to get hurt. Sabotage. Oh, bye-bye. Poor decision. Let me sabotage it because I don't know where it's going. On to the next one. All right? Sabotage. 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 So they end it. And they start to invest their energy elsewhere. Six of Pentacles. And then they walk away from that relationship. Eight of Cups, right? And then they take a risk on another relationship. The Fool. And they start a new beginning. And then they go to the Ten of Wands again. And they repeat the cycle. And they repeat the cycle. And they repeat the cycle. Because it's distorted masculine energy. And they just need to see that. And in all reality, the heart's just not open because they have this excessive masculine energy because they refuse to tap into their feminine energy, which would allow for them to open up their heart space and simply say, I'm excessively defensive and I don't like to accept help because I have a lot of abandonment. And because I fear being abandoned, I insist on doing a lot of things alone. And I do want your help and I do want you close to me, but if I let you close to me, then I fear that you're going to reject me. So I rather just do everything alone. But I want to be in a relationship. And everything's contradicting. Everything's contradicting. Which is why they need to heal their own heart space. Four of Swords. Let's look at the healing. Excessive independence is a trauma response. It's rooted in a lot of abandonment. It's basically somebody saying, I can only trust you up until this point because I've seen in my past that up until this point is when I can trust people. And here is typically when they leave. So I'll trust you up to here, but now I'm going to do everything on my own from here on out. Right? Ten of Swords on top of the Four of Swords. What do they have to heal? Their own pain. Let's look at the Five of Wands, why this is so difficult for them. Watch the Six of Cups come out. I won't be shocked because it's going to be rooted in the past. Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles because the truth is they have a fear of abandonment. Five of Pentacles is abandonment. It's being left out in the cold. So they get very defensive. They get very defensive. Five of Wands is the card of competition. Everything's a competition. They want to be the best. They want to be the smartest in the room. So they're most likely very defensive with you. Even if you say, hey, how are you today? Why are you asking how I am? I'm fine. Like, what's your problem? What's your problem? The truth is, they're very critical of themselves. And so they project that very critical self onto other people, right? They have a fear of abandonment, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough, fear of being unworthy, unlovable, all these things. And they're going to come to that sudden realization through a very divine connection, through a relationship of somebody who's going to tell them the truth about it. Knight of Swords. Three of Wands in reverse. Whoo! The universe has brought them a person like this multiple times. Yep, Temperance in reverse, and they've avoided the healing. Two of Swords in reverse. They just didn't want to see the path. And the Five of Wands, defensive, pushed it away. Pushed it away. Two of Cups. They're like, nope, I don't want to indulge in this relationship because it's too difficult. It's too difficult. Listen, guilty as charged. I was this person for like 7 years. I did this for 7 years with the same person. I went through this cycle for 7 years. And then I met my now person and healed it. Saw it. And I was like, wow. I had so many opportunities to do this and I just didn't see it. But it's human. It's like leading the horse to water. You can't force it to drink. When somebody's ready to see this, when somebody's ready to go through that awakening, when they're ready to realize like, oh my gosh, I see my patterns, they're going to see it, right? King of Wands, Knight of Swords. Yeah, they're going to, underneath the Knight of Swords is a King of Wands. So they're going to meet a King of Wands who's going to bring all of this to their awareness. It's somebody who's going to be very confident, very blunt, very in their face, and just say to them, hey, you're defensive. Hey, you have these issues. Hey, this has to be fixed. Hey, this has to be addressed. And it's going to be a rude awakening, but it's going to help them. It's going to help them a lot to break away from the old contracts that they've made with themselves. These contracts that tell them, I'm unworthy. I can't have the things in my life that I want. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it stops them from having the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups that they're trying so hard to call in, that keeps trying to come to them. But in order to have these things, they need to release the blockages standing in the way. 10 of Swords. It's trying to help them to rebuild these contracts, right? To invest in themselves. Very interesting. Pisces, that's what I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading or Reiki session or a free 15-minute reading, check out the description box down below. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.